All right, first off, you're fired, and that's official.
I kind of figured that, Glenn.
You're fired.
Fired?
And another thing, you're fired.
Motherfucker!
Reuben fired.
What? You know, fired, like you don't have a job anymore.
You're fired. I said fired.
You're fired.
You're fired! You're fucking fired, Bob! Clean out your locker at the club, Bob. You're fucking fired!
April, it's Charles. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to say this. You're fired, April.
You're fired. You don't work here anymore, and you never will.
You're fired.
You fired me?
You got that one right.
You son of a bitch! You're fired!
Mr. Hubbard is fired.
You're fucking fired. You are fired.
You're all fired!
Well, children, it's Christmas Eve, peace on earth, goodwill to men. You're all fired. Nothing personal. Have a drink.
You're fired.
Okay, then fine. Fire me, Ashley. Fire me.
You're not fired.
You're fired! Get him out, you're through.
I didn't hear you, Mr. Gant.
Get out, you're fired.
You're fired. Your luck is rotten.
Fired?
Ah, wait. Not your fault. You're not fired.
Thank you, sir.
Now you're fired. Get out of here.
Anyway, go. You're fired.
All of you are fired, all right?
Do I?
Sam, you're fired. You say what?
Please, no, I cannot be fired. I'm fired.
What's your name?
David Richards, get out. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired too.
I'm fired?
You son of a... No!
You're fired, pal.
You're fired.
And what?
You're fired.
You're fired.
You just give me some more time.
You're fired.
You fired me so I'd date you?
Yeah.
You are wonderful, senorita. You're fired.
Fired?
You're gonna stay here till I'm good and ready to leave.
As a matter of fact, you're ready right now. You're fired.
You're fired.
Okay, Swivelpuss.
You're fired!
You're fired, Billy. Throw the rest of you. Get out of here.
You're fired. So are you.
I don't get paid.
You're fired. Effective immediately.
You're fired.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bates.
I want you out of here tomorrow.
You're fired. You get the hell out of here.
You're firing me?
I'm firing you. No, I'm not firing. I'm firing you.
Cynthia, another word and you may consider yourself fired.
Uh-oh. Can you give me a hint? What word?
You're fired, Stuart. This is fucking rude.
Are you crazy?
You are fired. Get up!
David, you're fired. Fired? Oh, I'm fired. Oh, this is great. How dare you? You're fired.
Ned, don't you have to be somewhere?
Oh. You're fired.
You're fired.
What?
Because the good news is you're fired. The bad news is you've got just 1 week to regain your jobs.
Well, then I'll be thinking, will he fire me, won't he fire me? You're fired. I am fired, yeah? Because I sort of... Yeah.
I've had it with you, Ernest. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired. You're both fired.
And you know what, Ronnie?
You know what, Chuck?
You're fired. You're fired. Out of here. Out of here.
You're fired. Awful jackass.
Look, you're fired, pal. Let it go. Walk away.
Golden parachute.
Don't let the screen door hit you.
Then I think you're fired.
Bonnie, you're fired.
Fuck you.
You're fired.
Oh, you're unbelievable.
You're fired.
Oh, so I'm
You're fired. And get out of here, you two-faced, double-crossing two-timer. Now go on. Get out of here.
You are fired. You're fired. You got
You're fired. You understand? Fired. I want you out. You hear? Out. And stay out.
I'm tired of your nonsense. You're fired.
Hey, sit down.
You're fired.
What?
Gather your things together, Robin. Let's go.
I wasn't
Get
Get out of here, you fired. Can't fire me. I'll sue your ass. Sue me? For what? For fucking punitive damages, man.
You're fired.
What are you talking about?
You're fired, Thompson. That's it, Cecilia. You're fired. Get out.
Well, I'll pay for it. I'll be more careful.
Out. Take off your apron. Go home. You're fired.
Came here to let you go. Pardon? Came here to fire you, Jerry.
You're fired.
You're fired.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're fired. I want you out of your office before noon, or I'll have you thrown out. Get out of here! You understand me? Get out of here. You're fired.
You're fired. I never want to see your face again. I said I never want to see your face again. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Fired? Ah, bite me.
All right, get out. You're fired.
I'm fired. What a shame.
Clean out your desk. Get out of the building.
You're making a big mistake.
You're fired. Get your feet off my desk.
Well, you're fired. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't think you hear what I'm saying. You're fired.
I mean, that's what you're saying, but it's not what you mean. What you mean is...
You're fired.
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
You're fired.
No. What, fired? No, you can't do that. I won't accept it.
You're fired.
Yeah, you're fired.
Ron, I've got to fire you.
Well, I've got to fire you. Bing, bong, bong.
You're fired, Ed.
You're fired.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
You're fired. You got it.
I'm not fired.
Yes, you're out.
You need me more than ever. Get out of here, you cut-rate parasite.
Look, I gotta have the afternoon off. I'm taking it.
You do, you're fired.
I'm doing it.
Then you're fired.
Then fuck you, asshole.
What are you gonna fire me?
No. I already fired you.
You are at least 40 seconds fired, so please exit the Topper Jacks.
He doesn't seem to understand. You all know what I just did. I fired you.
You're fired.
What?
You're fired.
But I didn't.
Get out.
You're fired.
What?
You're firing me?
Am I being fired?
You're fired.
Fired?
Never say fired.
You're fired. Go.
Please, I need this job.
You're fired.
Bob, you're fired.
Pardon?
You're fired.
Excuse me?
Get the fuck out of my building. Get him out of here.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Okay.
You're fired. You're fired.
Thank you.
That cuts it, Taggart. You're fired.
Yeah? Kiss my ass.
Kiss mine. You're fired too.
You're fired too.
You're fired.
Of course I am.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You are fired. Do you understand that?
Don't overreact, Ted, please.
You're fired.
You're fired, Pissant. Fired.
You're fired. Understand? Fired.
You're fired.
Why? You're fired. What? You're fired. Everybody's fucking fired.
You're fired, all of you. Get out.
You're all fired.
You're all fired.
You're fired, Foster.
You're fired, Jack.
You're fired, kid.
You're fired, Kodak.
You're fired, Ira.
You're fired, Cobb.
You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired. What?
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Fire the bitch. You're fired.
Well, fired you, first of all. Let's get some names here. Let's get this on the record. Did Lauren Michaels fire you?
No, he didn't. He didn't fire me.
Right.
He likes me and stuff.